What is going on, y'all? We're back with another episode of the Baltimore Beatdown with Big J. I got my boy Sean with me. You already know. We had a good episode last week. Um, we discussed, the season. And I just want to let the viewers know, like, this is gonna be not just a one-off podcast idea. We're gonna be all year, all around. Like you might end up like if you subscribe to the channel, you might end up unsubscribing to the channel because we're gonna be so annoying at the Ravens. So it's not just a one-off, one day, one here and there. We're gonna be with y'all the whole step all season in the season. Obviously, there's gonna be more content during the season, but I just want to let y'all know, the viewers know that we're gonna leave y'all. Me and Sean. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Sean. Sean is my second episode, so you might be a loyal fan. but yeah. We had a good episode. A lot has happened. A lot of cuts have been made. A lot of farewell addresses have been issued to the players. So talk to me, man. You just said pre-show that there's evidence you did call it. If Stanley, got the contract restructure, it would help us out in the long term as far as like getting more money. So yeah, like talk to me, man. Like, what do you? I know your phone was blown up with the notifications. So talk to me, man. Like, what's going on?
So yeah, when we left off last week, we knew that the Ravens were likely going to try and add a running back, and the most likely candidate that made the most sense was Derrick Henry. So I think it just came down to I guess figuring out what the right price was for both, which ended up being, I believe it was 2 years, 16 million, with the possibility to be 20 million, or it might have been 2 years, 18 million. But either way, after the first season, there's only 9 million guaranteed, so there's an out after the first season. So if it doesn't work out after the first season, I think the 9 million guaranteed is what he gets up front. So it's very possible that this is only a one season thing. But I can't. I saw a lot of Ravens fans were pissed. I can't say anything bad about Derrick Henry. I mean, all he does is produce. I understand he's getting older. I think he's like 30 now, maybe 31. But he's an anomaly. He's a once in a lifetime running back. So he's going to produce. And then the Ronnie Stanley restructure, he honestly helped us a lot more than I thought he was. His contract is very heavily incentive based now, and in terms of play time and playing well this year and next year. So he'll be around, and I know people were calling for him to be cut and stuff, and it wouldn't have been the end of the world for me. But the thing is, left tackle is the most important position on offense. That's the quarterback's blind side for a right-hand quarterback, obviously, which Lamar is. So I'm glad we got something done. The one that I was a little surprised about was Morgan Moses. But with the return we got, just a earlier pick in the fourth, and I believe like a 6th round conditional pick, that tells me that it was possible we were going to cut him anyway. So we have a lot of holes on the offensive line. I mean, we have Makari, we have Big Daniel Falele, or however you say his name.
I think Daniel Falele.
Falele. I'd call him Big Dan. But either way,
Big
I mean,
Dan.
I don't know. We need some depth. I'm sure we're not done making moves. We freed up some money. We're always heavy spenders in the next coming waves when people get cut, and when they get cut, they don't count against your comp picks. So I'm still thinking we're going to add some kind of pass rusher. Maybe Clowney's still an option. We need cornerback help really bad. There's a lot of corners still out there. We need a second receiver. I know we're high on Bateman, the Ravens are, but I think we still need like a vet receiver. So we still have some moves to be made, but so far nothing really surprising. Patrick Queen gone, Geno Stone gone. Morgan Moses was a little bit surprising. I think John Simpson, he went. I forgot where he went, but he got paid. So was it the Jets?
I think it was the Jets too.
Yeah, he got paid.
We always deal with the Jets, man. Like Chuck Clark.
Yeah. People forget we have Voorhees, Andrew Voorhees, who
he's a center. What is he, a guard?
I believe he's a guard, but he was a highly coveted player coming into the draft. He got hurt, so maybe we have high hopes for him. We really need some depth on the offensive line right now.
Yeah,
And
I don't know how the
that's
Ravens,
easy.
Ravens, like top to bottom, like organization wise, to like the nutrition people, like they do a good job with like for instance, like Ojabo, like with if he got hurt, I mean, if he wouldn't have gotten hurt, like in like before the combine, like he's gonna be a top back off the
Yeah, they were
board.
talking about him going top 10. He would definitely be a first rounder.
Exactly, and like the fact that like like we weren't going to expect him to play like the first year because obviously the injury, but the Ravens are known to get like the injured players
Mhm.
who are going to be top talent, like, and hey, like the whole year off of Andrew, I forgot about him, man. The whole fact that, well, technically if he started on an online today, his rookie deal or his rookie contract will start like this year, right? Because he didn't play.
So honestly, I'm not sure how that works. He may have started his rookie deal last year. When did we draft him? Was it the fourth?
I think the
We
fourth
drafted
round
him
or something.
mid round, late round. I could be wrong on that, but I know it was then. So I got to just check on what their deal's like. But I know we have him for probably at least 2 more years, and we'll kick the
Well,
tires.
like our rookie deal, like 5 years though.
Only for the first round, I believe. It's four.
Uh,
It's 4 guaranteed, and then a 5th-year option, which is Patrick. What we turned down for Patrick Queen.
yeah, like yeah, I mean, yeah, he's gonna be, I hope he'll be 100% day one. I think the signing or not the signing, I mean the cut that kind of surprised me was probably Geno Stone, and then the fact that he went to the Bengals too. I, I- like we were doing a lot of AFC North, which I don't like. I don't like. Even when I
No.
play Madden, like I don't like the whole like AFC North trade.
Yeah.
And now Steelers are getting better with Russell Wilson, and now they just added Justin Fields, which is I feel like it's a wonderful move for them. Obviously,
Yep.
they're both two mobile quarterbacks. And then now we just got rid of Huntley, so now they're putting faith in Malik Cunningham to back up Lamar, which I mean they went
Josh
to the
Johnson too.
same college. And who?
Josh Johnson. We signed
Josh
him to a
Johnson,
1-year
which
deal.
I don't know why, man. He's old, man. Like I don't.
I guess because he's been around this team for a little bit, and he knows like the
He's
system.
like a
It's a lot
veteran.
to get into it, knowing the system, knowing the teammates. Your teammates trusting you. It's some stuff that goes into it.
Right. And like the fact that but I really was surprised at Geno Stone, because like I mean he was doing good at the beginning of the year, getting picks. So I
Mhm.
think he had like 7 or 8 picks on the season. Um, like who else? So we got Geno Stone, Patrick Queen, Simpson. You said Morgan. I'm trying to see who else we let go. Do we any
Odell's gone.
boy
He posted his
Odell?
farewell to Baltimore actually like about an hour ago.
Yeah, an hour ago. I'm trying to see who else left. Do you have Marcus Williams?
Yeah, so that was the thing. I knew it would either be between Marcus Williams and Geno Stone. We probably weren't keeping both. And Marcus Williams is already paid. Now I do believe he could have been a cap casualty. We would have saved some money on him, but I'm not leaving it out of the realm of possibility that he may still restructure. I think we're just leaving it up to he had was it a bicep or tricep injury? I think it was one of those two. He was not good last year, and I think he should have got the surgery, but he toughed it out and played through the injury. And you could tell he didn't really want to tackle. But when he was healthy the year before, he was awesome. He was great, but he's had a little bit of injury problems. So I knew it was between Marcus Williams and Geno Stone, and we decided to go Marcus Williams. I do think we still add a safety, whether it be draft or free agency or both. There's some good ones still out there, but yeah, it sucks to lose him, and I'm not mad at him for going to the Bengals. I'm not mad at Huntley for going to the Browns. I'm not mad at any of these guys. The only one that was a little bit corny to me, not that it matters what I think. I was fine with Patrick Queen going to the Steelers, but it's kind of the way he went about it. He was like, I want to be the villain. I want to be the villain. Cool, be the villain. We'll see you twice a year. Got no problem with you. Good luck. It's when he starts crying that the fans are trolling him. Like, you want to be a villain? Don't cry. Villains don't cry about that. Don't
Yeah.
cry when you're getting trolled if you want to be the villain. So
We're talking
good luck.
about Patrick Queen.
Yeah, I'm talking about Patrick Queen.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
I'm fine with them going and getting their money however they have to get it. I don't know if that's the only team that gave him the money he wanted or not. I mean, they got to make a living. They got to feed their family. I'm not one to be mad where these guys go. It's how he
yeah.
went about it that made it corny. Like Geno Stone, I'm not mad at him at all. I mean, I didn't want him to go to the Bengals because now I don't want to root for him to do good. If he would have went to like the Packers or the Lions or something, I'd be like, oh damn, good for you, man. Hope wish you the best. Do well there. But he had to go to who I believe the Bengals are my most hated team. I at least respect the Steelers. I don't respect the Bengals at all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I see we got I see yeah, like I see we got some viewers. Half of them are on Twitter, so I just want to say like you can't if you're commenting, we can't see it. Well, I can't see it. I don't know why I won't pull up your comments, but I think I have to go to the YouTube page. I do see a comment. A couple comments. So I mean, thank you for GZDRV or 4EV. Sorry. So he made an interesting comment. OBJ agent said he's willing to take a pay cut to go to KC. That's very interesting.
yeah,
Um, because I feel like and also I'm everywhere on social media, and like when I think on his page when he said the farewell, Nate Robinson um like posted or commented. He was like, "Oh man, go to someone who can throw you the ball like back in the day." So I mean, obviously, I mean Lamar. I think the other diss for is Lamar because like Lamar can throw the ball. OBJ really wasn't. I mean, yeah, he was definitely a mentor to like Zay Flowers and everything, but he didn't really have a productive year, man. Like I know he was hurt for a couple games, and he was non-existent against the Kansas City Chiefs. So, I mean, all the props to Odell Beckham. Thank you for signing with the Ravens for like a 1 year, but I don't think really he did
to,
anything to
to be honest, his only value here, I thought he was going to be a little bit better play wise,
I,
but his value
and,
here was to help get Lamar signed. So for
and
that,
don't
I'm
get
forever indebted to Odell, and I'm happy for him, and I'll root for him wherever he goes. It was a very classy farewell, and if he goes to Kansas City, good for them. It'd be awesome. I mean, they got Hollywood, who we know he played for the Ravens. The Ravens drafted him. I think he'll be great there. Hollywood's probably going for. I think last year with the Cardinals, I mean, first of all, they had so many injuries.
oh
Kyler
my
was
god, yeah.
hurt. I mean, they were just ravished with injuries, and then Hollywood was banged up most of the season. He missed a lot of games, and he just wasn't 100%. But I think Kansas City, he's going to rejuvenate his career, and obviously playing with who most people believe is undoubtedly the best quarterback in the NFL is going to help. So Odell goes to Kansas City, good for him. I have
Yeah, that's
nothing bad to
very
say about Odell except that when he was here, he was a little underwhelming performance wise. But again, like you alluded to, the Ravens don't. I mean, we don't always use these receivers the way that they're going to want to be used.
Yeah,
So that is what
I'm
it is.
shocked that we signed that Aguilar, but a lot of people were saying that
That was a locker
because
room
he
signing.
like I mean I think yeah
Honestly,
because
he was
veteran.
he was our second best receiver on the team last
I
year. I
believe
can't even
so.
lie to you.
And plus, people were saying, "Oh, he dropped off. He can't catch any balls because especially when he was in Philadelphia, like But I feel like that's why. I mean, think about it. Ravens really aren't really known. Like if you think about the top teams, like Viking with Justin Jefferson, like Bills with Diggs, and even Burrow with T Higgins. Well, now he's a free agent now, I think, and then I think Boyd is a free agent still. But all these teams, have great receivers. Like the Ravens are kind of under radar. Look at Bateman. I mean, Zay Flowers is going into
Yeah,
his second year.
Mark Andrews is
Um,
our key weapon.
yeah, Mark Andrews, man, and like I mean, but likely he's a very good backup because like
Yeah.
when he was down, like it was catching. He could be a receiver if he wanted to.
Yep.
The way he catch the balls, and but yeah, like and then also the same comments. Thank you for commenting, and I love the comments, man. Keep on commenting because it gives us more topic to talk about. GZ also said Saquon moved to Philly was weak sauce. He's dead to Giants fans. I mean, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, we were in the talks of getting Saquon, but that was
I
a
don't think that
very
was ever
shocking
going to
move.
happen.
Well, I think the day before, I think, or a couple days, like the week before, like that weekend of the free agency, we were like it was hot, like they were heating up. It was either and I know it's gonna be Derrick Henry regardless, but Saquon was in there, Josh Jacobs, and then
He got a lot of money up front, fully guaranteed, and
yeah,
we just weren't going to give that to a running back. So I kind of knew And back to the division signing within the division. I mean, at some point with like Saquon, it feels like he may have kind of been trying to stick it to the Giants because they can say what they want. He didn't. I think it said they didn't even offer him anything, so maybe it was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to a division rival and I'm gonna do you guys in 2 times a year. I agree. I'm not the biggest fan of going to division rivals that you played against all these years, but if that's who offered you the most money, these guys got to make a living. So it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. So, like if y'all are in the comments, like what are your like I'm assuming GZ you're a Giants fan, I guess. I'm assuming if you're still watching. Like let me know your team down below in the comments and we'll put your comment up. But yeah, I mean, definitely the OBJ are taking a pay cut. I mean, it could be, a possibility.
He's made money in his career. It's probably about winning at this point, even though he technically does have a Super Bowl ring. Though he got hurt in that game, he still got a Super Bowl ring with the Rams. So
right. But yeah, Derrick Henry, man. Like I do want to highlight like part of the like I did go on Google and looked up like the press conference, like kind of like the takeaways, and like he did say the Ravens were like a no brainer decision.
mhm.
What do you say? It was definitely it felt like destiny. He said that resonated with me as a guy who. Oh wait, the other Eric DeCosta said who said that. He said it really was a no brainer for me. This is where I knew where I wanted to be. I love the style and the physicality that they play with on all three phases. I feel like it fits my style of play really well. He always want to play with Lamar Jackson. I know at the Pro Bowl a couple years ago they were talking back and forth,
Mhm.
and they wanted to play. A lot of people are talking about his like you mentioned, he's getting up there with age 30, but I think a reporter asked him, "Hey, like I know you heard about the age rumor, like or the age whatever discussion." He was like, "Keep watching. Like everyone can talk. I
Mhm.
mean, obviously he knows his body. He signed a 2-year contract with us, so obviously he. But do you think after those 2 years, do you think he would stay with us? Depending on how we do, you think he's gonna
I would. So depending on how it goes, like I was saying earlier,
Yeah,
there's an out after the first year. Most of the money is guaranteed in the first year. So the second year we would save money. I'm not even sure if he would now if it works well and he's usual Derrick Henry, maybe he's here for a second year. But after 2 years, I don't see him being our long term answer. No, I could be
yeah,
wrong. I just like he'll be 32 at that point. He's a big back. Like he's a unicorn. Like he's a freak of nature. He obviously keeps in great shape. He works
yeah,
hard. Nothing
yeah,
bad you
yeah.
can say about Derrick Henry. I've always liked Derrick Henry. Always on the Titans. Just long term, I'm not sure if he's going to be our answer, but we're living in the short term. So right now, I think he was our best answer.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like I feel like every player who leaves us or whatever and joins us, they love the community, they love
Yeah.
the atmosphere. So I think like they're gonna have the 2 years ago, or maybe after the 1 year. I mean, he signed a 2-year contract, but
Mhm.
I feel like if he does good and he might sign like a 1-year deal, like how like D Hop does it. Like he signs like short term contracts, but we're definitely gonna bring in a new, probably fresh back, in a couple years in the draft. If
I
there's ever any
I
good
think if
one.
Mitchell can stay healthy, he's going to be our answer.
Okay.
If he can stay healthy,
Yeah.
but he also has to get better at pass protection. He's not
He's
very
like a
good at pass protection. Justice
right,
Hill's very good at pass protection, which a lot of times is why he was in the game. That's what people don't understand.
yeah.
There's more that goes into it than just running the ball and catching the ball as a running back. You know what I mean? There's schemes and there's pass protection. But I think Keaton Mitchell can be our long term running back. It's just he's got to stay healthy. Like these fast players, I mean, they're one trick. Like they're fast. So these injuries, hopefully, they don't weigh down on them. Which I'm pray to God it doesn't. We'll see.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Keaton Mitchell, like he should get healthy by the start of the season. Maybe,
I think
eh,
he's going to miss some games.
yeah, a couple games. Yeah. What it was like an ACL, right? Was it ACL or?
Yeah, I think it was an ACL. I don't know if it was an MCL, but I know it was a lot better than it could have been, if that makes sense. Like it could have been much worse. So it wasn't
Right.
as bad as like what happened to J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, I mean, is he a free agent or is he still on our team?
He is still a free agent, and I did see him connected with the Chargers, which makes sense because that's where Gus went with
Right.
Greg Roman as their offensive coordinator and Jim
Yeah,
Harbaugh as their coach.
yeah. It's kind of weird that Ravens. I mean, other than the Henry splash, we haven't really been in like we've been quiet. I would say as far as after the Henry signing, which is I don't know if it's a good thing or
I mean, so
if we're cooking up something.
the other thing we did that was really big is we signed Matabuke right at the right time because players right after him at his same position got ginormous contracts. Like look at Christian Wilkins, he got much more money than Matabuke, and I'm not convinced he's better than Matabuke. They're very, very similar. They may be the same player, but we signed him just right in enough time to where we set the market for him, and then the players after him got paid. So if we would have waited a little bit longer, he would have wanted more money than Christian Wilkins. And Chris Jones, obviously, he's a little bit different, but he got signed.
Yeah.
So I mean, like we're gonna go shopping in the bargain bin like we always do. Like remember a couple years ago we got Steve Smith a little bit late. We're gonna be adding a veteran receiver, whether it's a trade or free agency. I mean, I seen Mike Williams is visiting the Steelers this week, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not
Oh,
sure that he's going to be in our what we want to spend, but that is the type of receiver we need. We need a big body receiver, in my opinion.
gosh, yeah, I definitely like. It's either we're gonna get that big body receiver in free agency or the draft. I know, like Keon Mitchell or Keon Coleman
Coleman
from
from
FSU.
Florida State. Yeah,
He's a big body receiver, young, fresh legs. I'm trying to see who the available free agents. There's the quarterbacks. There's Ryan Tannehill, Josh Dobbs, and Carson Wentz. Our running backs, like you said, J.K. Dobbins, Cordell Patterson, and Elder Madison, Ezekiel Elliott, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Our receivers, looks like I got Michael Thomas out there.
I take him. I take Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas, Odell Beckham, Hunter Renfro, Tyler Boyd, KJ Osborne, Michael Gallup, Michael or Marquez Gavetta Scanley. I mean, I think out of those, I think it's either Mike Williams or Michael Thomas for me. But Mike Williams
I would think I would take Michael Thomas.
he's injury prone. I mean, they're both
He's
injury
very
prone.
injury prone. So is Mike Williams. They're both
Yeah.
very injury prone.
Logan Thomas for tight end. I mean, we see that. Kevin Ziegler is out there. I mean, they were gonna Chase. I do want Chase Young.
I wouldn't be shocked to bring Kevin Zeitler back.
Yeah. Trent Brown is out there. DJ Humphries for O line. Connor Williams. I mean, we still got some good players. I mean, J. Devion Clowney. I think we might bring him back on like a low deal.
Andre Dillard, the tackle, should still be out there. There's some linemen still out there. He got cut, I think it was 2 or 3 days ago from the I can't remember who he played for. Was it the Cardinals?
I see Trent Brown, DJ Humphries, Donovan Smith. Did for O line. Kevin Ziegler, Dalton Reisner. I mean, I take Chase Young, man. Chase Young is out there. Calais Campbell.
It depends on how much he wants.
Yeah.
It depends on if we can afford Chase Young. I'd definitely take him, and I think we do need a veteran pass rusher. Well, I mean, we cut Bowser. That's another thing that we didn't touch on, which I brought up last week. I don't know. That was a very weird saga that what happened with him. The team seemed frustrated because they believed he could play, and I guess he felt like his body couldn't play. So it sucked because when he played, he was a great player. I'm not sure what happened with him with the team, but good luck to him. We saved some money there, but we very much need a proven vet pass rusher, much how Clowney came in last year and stepped in.
Yeah, I definitely no, yeah, I feel like Chase I feel like I mean, I don't know if they might want to bring him back for another year.
I don't think they can.
But I'd love to see him in Baltimore. Maybe him. Well, I'm not sure who will be on the other side. If Chase Young is on the one side. Maybe
We have
Odafe Owe.
OA.
Owe.
Ajabo
Ojabo.
should hopefully be back. Brent Urban, we re-signed.
So if you're Eric DaCosta, like what would be like your first, like, say if the draft was like tomorrow night, like 2 days from now, like what is your, or as far as veteran wise, like what do you think is the most important area for us right now? Like getting the O line ready, because
Um,
since we have
I
Derrick
think
Henry in town.
right now with our depth on O line being picked apart this offseason, I think O line right now would be the most important. I obviously believe that we're going to make some moves in free agency when the draft comes around in April. I'm assuming we're going. There's a lot of ways we could go. We're probably going to take whoever the highest on our board available was, whether it be a corner or wide receiver, offensive line, any of those makes sense. Pass rusher, um, any of that makes sense. But right now, to me, our two biggest needs are one O line and two cornerback. I think we really, really need depth at cornerback. Arthur Merlette, Rock Yassin, they're both free agents still.
Yeah, Rocky Sin was he was a disappointment for me, man.
Darby went. I cannot
Darby,
remember.
I think Darby went to
He went somewhere. He got signed, and that kind of sucked for me because he was our most
Bengals.
underrated corner last year. So it sucks we lost him. So right now we have Steffens and we have Marlowe and we have Pepe, who has been injured. He hasn't been able to really prove anything. And
Yeah,
we have Jalen Armour Davis, who's also been injured. So, I mean, outside of that, we re signed Ardelius Washington, who played safety, but he can also play nickel corner at times. But to me, we need an outside corner. And there's some guys that are out there, Xavier Howard,
Gilmore.
Gilmore, some guys that got cut make a
Hmm.
lot of sense on the Ravens, but we need offensive line and we need corners. And then we need a big body receiver, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like with any team, I feel like the O line is important because like
Yeah.
they're like the line of defense.
The
So
thing
I think
here is Lamar's gonna make the line look better
yeah,
because he just doesn't really get sacked. He makes a lot of people miss. Obviously, if the line just fully breaks down, like Stanley was awful for Lamar a lot of times last year. He was just getting ran through. But Lamar's going to make you look a little bit better, so that helps our O line. But we really, really need to get, even for the run game for Derrick Henry, we need to get the O line situated.
right. Another comment. So the same person. Baltimore has Dalvin Cook third on the running back depth chart behind King Henry and JK. He's only making $1 million this year. Do you see Baltimore trading him for a draft pick? Oh my gosh. I
I thought he's
I
not a free agent. He should be a free agent, and JK is also a free agent.
JK is a free agent.
So I mean, Delvin Cook should be out there in free agency. I think
Well,
it
when
should
I
be
look, when
it
I
should
looked
be
at the
Derrick
available,
Henry and Justice Hill
when
as
I looked
our.
at the free agents, he wasn't on the running back list. Dalvin Cook, so I think he's still on the Ravens. Cause I know, well, JK is on the list, but as far as like Cordell Patterson,
Let me see.
Alexander Madison, Ezekiel Elliott, and Clyde Howard, I think we had Dalvin Cook still. Cause we signed to like a 1 year deal, I think.
Yeah, but the 1 year deal would have been over at the end of last year.
Yeah, yeah. I looked up like available free agents, and yeah, he's not on the list, so maybe he's still on the team, Dalvin Cook. But we didn't really use him though.
Let me see. He might just not be at the top of the list. Yeah, he's a free agent.
Okay.
Hold on, maybe not. I'm not really finding anything right now for some reason. Yeah, it says Delvin Cook free agent. I don't know. Okay, he may still be on the roster. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. But either way, I don't think he's going to be here. He'll probably be cut. So no, I don't think we trade him for a pick.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I mean, I know you like. I think. Well, I know how you said Dallas. Dallas needs a running back. So
Yeah,
maybe Dalvin Cook could be a fit for them. And I
Dallas just
mean,
they just made some cap space moves. They released Michael Gallup and Leighton Vander Esch. So I guess they're really pressed for cap because they said both um, Derrick Henry and I think it was Zach Moss. They said that they were looking at both, but they said the price was too rich for both of those players, and Derrick Henry got what he got from us, and then I think Zach Moss only got like 4 million. So
Where did he go? Zach Moss. Where did
he went to the Bengals,
Bengals? A lot of people going Bengals, man.
and they got rid of Joe Mixon because
Yeah, that's true.
I
Oh, he went
remember
to the Texans, right? Him with
the
the
Texans
Texans.
were in the running for Derrick Henry. It came down between I remember them saying the Ravens and Texans, and then the Texans traded for Joe Mixon, and that only left one team. I mean, I was a little bit worried about the Cowboys, but then the report came out that Derrick Henry was too rich. That's the words they used. The contract was too rich for what they wanted to pay, so it was just getting the numbers ironed out.
Yeah, I was. I mean, because I saw a report. It was like, oh, the Ravens are willing to offer Derrick Henry like 6.5 million. Like people went off. Like
Yeah.
they didn't realize like that's not the final the price because there's negotiation and all that. And I didn't believe for one thought that we're gonna lowball him. Because we wanted him at the deadline last year, and like we were like, but Titans were kind of like stingy and greedy.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't want to give us him. And then, I mean, I knew that was gonna be our first target. And just like, so how do you feel? Like, what do you think this offense is gonna look like with Derrick Henry? Like, do you think he's gonna be like a all down back? Do you think? I mean, obviously he's gonna start. Obviously. But do you think that he's gonna be like that third and one type of back,
Mm-hmm.
third and six type of back? Because he can he can bully that line and have players bounce off him like ease.
So I think he'll
So what do you think of
obviously
this? Yeah, go
so
ahead, go ahead.
first down. He's gonna be the starting running back, like you said.
Yeah, for sure.
Now if we get to second and long, third and long, that's gonna probably be Justice Hill most of
Because
the time.
he can catch balls like in the
Yeah.
backfield too. Like
Not that
so.
Derrick Henry's not gonna be in a lot of second and longs and third and longs, but Justice Hill's probably gonna be in a lot as well because was talking about earlier, he's very, very good at pass protection and he's been here for a while, so he understands everything. He understands the system. So I expect Justice Hill to be in our third and 11 guy and stuff like that. Not that Derrick Henry will never be or he won't be in the game in those situations because it's very possible he is. I just think he's going to be like the workhorse back that first first down if it's first and 10, second and 5, third and 3, fourth and 1. He's always going to be in those situations.
Mm-hmm. Like so, like do you so I know it's very very early, but do you like as far as division wise? Because we see like a lot of in division moves,
Mhm.
trades and whatnot. Do you have confidence in our team that we're going to be like the number one division, like number one spot in the division, or what do you think it's going to be looking like as far as
Uh, so I always have confidence in the Ravens as long as Lamar Jackson's at the helm.
Mhm.
And that will always be my answer. If we have Lamar Jackson going into the game and Lamar Jackson is our quarterback, I'm confident that we can win and that we're going to win. We don't win every game, but his win percentage is insane. It's like 70%. So anytime we have Lamar Jackson at the helm, I'm confident the Ravens are going to be winning a lot of games. So yeah, I think the Ravens win the division. I do think it's going to be a tight race. I think the Steelers got much better. I'm a big fan of the moves the Steelers made so far. They need a wide receiver too, but the moves they've made, I mean, they've been good. They needed a quarterback, and they went and got two. They shipped Kenny Pickett out. They got a pick for him or whatever they got when he went to the Eagles.
Yeah, he went to the Eagles. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what they got, but they got some draft picks for him. So yeah, and they're probably not done. The Bengals obviously have Joe Burrow coming back. They got to figure out the T Higgins situation. They got Joe Mixon out. Um, they always need work on the line. They lost Cheetah Awuzie, their best corner. So they had some stuff to figure out, but they have Joe Burrow. As much as I'm not a big fan of the Bengals, he's a great quarterback. When they have him, they're going to win games. The Browns, they got Deshaun Watson coming back. They got a great defense. They made some moves. They got a receiver very early. Judy. They traded for Jerry Judy.
Oh
They have
yeah.
Nick Chubb coming back. I'm not sure how long he's going to miss. It was a pretty brutal injury, but it was a little bit earlier in the season, so he could be ready. But either
Yeah,
way,
that
they
was
have Nick
scary.
Chubb coming back. They have Amari Cooper. They have Deshaun Watson. They signed Jameis Winston. Now they have Tyler Huntley, who they signed today, which He is what he is. The division's going to be very, very interesting. But to answer your question, Lamar Jackson's quarterback. I think we win.
Yeah, I mean, I think that. I mean, it's crazy because like free agency and draft, like it hasn't draft's not here yet, and like we don't know who's going to be on the buyout market after the draft, who's going to be released. But like, I feel like we are. I think signing Derrick Henry, like we're a step ahead of
Mm-hmm.
like the of like everyone in the division. But I know like I, I always say like you can be the greatest team in football like the Chiefs, but like if you just mess up and lose against like a shitty opponent like middle of the season, that can deter like your record and it can deter like your output on the season. So like I'm always feel like it's one game at a time. Like oh we had the Raiders next. The Raiders are ass, but oh my god, they end up beating us. Or
Mm-hmm.
I think we play like half the AFC's West. I think we play the
We play the
Chiefs.
whole
I
AFC West.
think for real. Wait, do you hear the Broncos?
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah, I know we play the Raiders, Chiefs,
So,
Chargers.
so the schedule every year, you have your 6 division games. So there's what? There's 18 weeks, but there's 17 games. So what
Mhm.
happens is you play your 6 division games, then you play one AFC division, the whole division. So that's another 4. That's 10 games right there. And then there's an NFC division that you play. That's another 4. That's already 14 games. So our whole division plays those same exact teams. The only thing that swaps is if we're home or on the road. Obviously, half of the division plays the one team on the road, the other half plays them at home, and then it flops every couple years. And
Mm.
then the other 3 teams that are left are where you finish in the division. So there's an assigned division. I'm not sure which one it is this year. There's 3 more divisions. Since we finished in first place, we have to play the first place team in an assigned divisions. Since I don't remember if the Bengals, I don't remember who finished in second in our division, but they played a second place team in those assigned divisions and then goes down. So our whole schedule is that's how it's designed every year.
Yeah, I
It's
believe
just
we're
a division swap.
yeah, I believe we're at MetLife this year again. I don't know why because we were at MetLife the other year. So,
Yeah, I think we played a whole Cowboys division, right?
what like that year?
This
I
year
know.
coming up, we played the
Uh,
Cowboys, Eagles,
oh yeah, I know we
Washington.
play. Yeah, we play the Eagles. Yeah, we do. That's gonna be a good one. Baltimore. Another comment. Do you think that Shanahan should hire Belichick for 1 year as a defensive coordinator, knowing he will get a head coaching job the following year? Hmm, that's a quite good question.
I don't think Bill Belichick's going to take any type of coordinator job that isn't a head coach.
I
His,
think
his ego is too big at this point. I think he would just retire before he does that. But I agree with you. McCarthy does suck.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with Sean. I think that I don't see Belichick taking a coaching job uh like a below the coaching job of the head coach.
Mm-mm.
I think he might just wait out to see how teams do. Maybe hop in, maybe take the Dallas job. But I can also see him like in front office somewhere, like kind of like how like in basketball, like
Yeah,
how Brad Stevens was a coach and went to the front office.
that's
Now
what he
they're
should do.
freaking the number one team in the division or in the NBA right now. So I feel like definitely it was shocking um when Belichick like said he was gonna not coach, and it was kind of shocking me that he couldn't land a job. But I feel like that if he like I think Sean said like I think that if he doesn't, I think the coaching head coaching job is the number one thing he wants. And if it doesn't get it, he's not gonna do it. And I think might retire before that, but definitely I see him in the front office somewhere. I thought it was going to be the Patriots. I mean, it should be the Patriots because I guess the team he knows in and out. But even that, I don't think he's a good GM, mom, because I mean, obviously they had Mac Jones. Didn't really, I mean,
Mhm.
at the time Brady left, they kind of went down. But then again, who's their new coach? Rod Mayo or something like that, or
Rod Mayo.
yeah, or Gerard Mayo, or yeah, something like that.
I think that he thought he would probably get a head coaching job, but I think the NFL is leaning more towards these younger coaches now.
Yeah,
So it was crazy. Rabel also didn't get a job, but I believe he just took a job as some kind of, I don't know if it's a front office, but some kind of coaching type of thing for the Browns. I don't see Belichick doing that. I don't see him taking. I feel like he would be the type of person that thinks being a coordinator is beneath his his resume at this point. Which it may be. Maybe he could go coach in college. Maybe he can do that. But he's been around football for a long time. He's won a lot of Super Bowls, whether it be Brady's doing or not. It is what it is. I think it's probably time for him to retire, in my opinion. But I'm not saying. I mean, I'm not ruling out that he could coach somewhere next year or this year if somebody gets fired. I don't know, but I think I see him retiring.
I mean, I really don't see a team. I mean, I really don't see. I mean, one, if he wants to coach or be a head coach, I'm pretty sure he wants to be on a team that has a winning mentality.
Mm-hmm. He's not going to
So
want to go to a rebuilding. I think that's another reason
right,
why he went
that's
out of the
another.
Patriots.
But
The
San
Patriots,
Francisco, I mean, I might, yeah, San Francisco might, but they have faith in Shanahan.
they'd be stupid to let go of Shanahan. All he does is
Right,
win. I mean, they ain't won the Super Bowl
right,
yet, but I
right.
mean, he makes it there. They were good every year.
Yeah, that's another thing for like Belichick. He has like what team would fit him. Maybe I don't know.
None. He should just hang it up. The
That's
NFL
what
is
I'm
going
saying. Like,
young.
what team is out there like other than rebuilding teams? You got Vikings, Um, obviously you got the Bears. I mean, but they're. I think they're in a good spot because I
They're
mean
very good.
they got some draft capital, a lot of money to stock up
They
on.
pick, so they pick at 1 and 9. I mean, not only that, but they added Keenan Allen. DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, Caleb Williams. Most people believe they're going to take Caleb Williams at 1 and change Justin Fields pretty much solidifies that. Then they pick at 9. So they can get Joe Alt or the other tackle. They're in a good spot.
Yeah, hey, definitely. We're gonna do a like pop. Wait, when's the draft? Like April 27th or 25th,
Yeah.
27th to the 30th, something like that.
It's in that week. It's whatever Thursday of that week.
It definitely gotta like set aside one episode of like this draft talk. 'Cause I know you're like you're a big fan, big guy when it comes to like the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely we're gonna do a draft episode, like a mock draft sort. But yeah, I mean, what else did we not cover? I mean, I guess out of the free agents, like which one would you want? Like what would be your next big splash? Or like
Um,
a under the radar signing, like like we got Derrick Henry. Like what do you think is?
for me, I guess I would have to say if the money's right, but probably like a Chase Young, somebody like that. But if he's going to want the no Hunter money and stuff like that, like he got like 24.5 million a year or something crazy, no chance we do that. So really, I really want a corner. Xavier Howard, Gilmore, Trey White. Even though he is very injury prone, he's still good.
I'm
He
thinking
could
of
maybe
Micah
be
Hyde.
very cheap. Yeah, a
Micah Hyde,
safety like
dog.
Michael Hyde. Some, I mean, Justin Simmons is out there. He's been connected to the Steelers. I really hope they don't get him, but he's going to want to play every down. That's kind of similar to the Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton, and Geno Stone thing. That might just be too much. Um. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a tough question. There's a lot of ways you could go. I would probably sign a corner just because I like cornerbacks.
Yeah.
I really want Stephon Gilmore. I think he fits perfectly.
Yeah. How old is he? Is he old though?
He's pretty old,
Yeah.
but he's solid. I mean, he's
And he's
smart,
proven to be like not injury
physical.
prone. I think he got like
Yeah,
one injury back like recently, but other than that, he's been kind of clean as far as like being healthy. I think cornerback. I think cornerback maybe I could see cornerback maybe Gilmore. I like Gilmore. Micah Hyde. Isn't Jordan? Did Poyer get picked up yet, or is he
yeah.
still
He
free
went to the
agent?
Dolphins.
Oh man,
Another in division trade. I mean, not trade signing.
right.
And then
But
also, Aaron Jones was a in division signing.
Yeah, true.
It's happening a lot, and I don't know if it's these players trying to really stick it to the team or what it is. But Josh Jacobs to the Packers was a little surprising to me. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I feel like he would want to go to like a winner. I mean, I'm not saying Packers aren't winners, but I feel like he
I like
would go
what they're
to a
doing.
more like veteran quarterback. You know?
I like what the Packers are doing. They got a bright future.
Oh yeah. Um, GZ said Belichick ain't retiring. He's something to beat Shula record. He wants to beat Shula record. It will look bad if he sits out a year, then hop over all the current coaches for his hook coach job next year. Um, I mean, maybe he wants to beat Shula's record, but I think at the top, like what? Okay, so GZ, like what? First of all, you didn't answer my question. Like, who's your team? Or are you just an NFL fan? And then two, like, okay, like we discussed all the teams. Like, where do you see him going, Belichick? I mean, they signed Jim Harbaugh, the Chargers. I
He's
mean, they
not going
got
to be a
Sean Payton
quarterback.
for the Broncos.
He will not be a quarterback.
Oh
There's
man,
no
he was
way.
Dallas, brother. Oh, I'm sorry for that, bro. His team's Dallas. I mean, dude, do you see him going to Dallas to be a coach if McCarthy doesn't work out? I don't know. Him and Jerry Jones?
A lot of
I don't
pressure.
know.
That Jerry Jones is going to want control. I mean, they would butt heads
Yeah.
too much.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's true.
Now, if Jerry Jones is ready to step down, which I really don't see him ever stepping down unless there's some kind of health problem, which obviously I don't want that to happen. But
Yeah.
I just don't see that working out.
So yeah, you give me a team. I mean, I don't know what to call you, GZ or DR. But tell me, what team you think Belichick would go to. I mean, and then we'll discuss that. But yeah, I mean, if you're watching, like, comment definitely. You know, if you have anything like Raven Central, or you think any questions, like drop the comments in the comment section. I think you can only do it on Twitch and I think Facebook and my YouTube channel. So Twitter, I can't see anything on for comment wise, but yeah. Did we miss anything as far as is that other than
Did we
Derrick
look
Henry
up
signing?
Kirk Cousins going to the Falcons?
How do you feel about that, man?
He's a certified bag chaser. I think he has like the second highest earnings in NFL history. But I've always liked Kirk Cousins. I don't know if you've watched that Netflix series,
The
the
quarterback.
quarterback one. It really
Yeah.
made me like Kirk Cousins even more. I
Oh
like
yeah, he was a dog.
Michigan State. So,
He was
and
a
then I
dog.
liked him when he was on Washington. So I've always kind of liked Kirk Cousins, and I'm glad he didn't go to the Steelers. Cause I know that was talked about a lot. So I mean, the Falcons got an upgrade. I saw a lot of them were mad because they didn't get Justin Fields. To be honest, I think Kirk Cousins is better than Justin Fields, just personally.
Yeah.
But I got into not an argument, but like a Twitter debate with people saying, well, they didn't pay Lamar last year, but they wanted to pay Kirk Cousins this year.
I saw that too.
But my thing was Lamar was never going to leave the Ravens. The Ravens could match the contract. Not only that, but the Ravens have 5 days to match a contract, so the Falcons miss out on the entire free agency. And they would have to front load the contract salary cap hits for the Ravens to not be able to match, and then you're not getting anybody. They wouldn't have got Jesse Bates. They wouldn't have got Bijan in the draft because they would also have to give us 2 first-round picks. It just didn't make sense for them last year. Now Kirk Cousins was an unrestricted free agent, so they don't have to worry about any of that. It's a very different thing. So go to Falcons fans, they should be happy. I mean, he's 30 times better than Desmond Ridder or Tyler Heineke, so there you go. Kyle Pitts is probably happy.
Oh yeah. Like I think that Cousins is definitely a upgrade over Ritter. Ritter's still young; he's still learning the ropes. But maybe just like how the Steelers signed Russell Westbrook. I'm sorry, Russell Wilson.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, this time Russell Westbrook. Breaking news, man. Russell Wilson. And then they signed up to Justin Fields. The same way they're going to do with in Atlanta. I mean, maybe they're gonna have Ritter watch behind Kirk Cousins because obviously, yeah, I did kind of gain some respect for Cousins for watching that because he took a lot of hits
Yeah.
and still played through it. And like they had that game, the one game with Stephon Diggs, a miracle game where like he threw the Diggs and he caught it to in the game, and then the one where the back and forth game against I think the Bills where like he threw it like 70 yards to like Justin Jefferson and he made that good catch. So they do. He had the cannon, man, and yeah. I mean, I don't know as far as I mean, because they got Cordell Patterson. He's a free agent. They do have Bijan Robinson, and they got Algier, I believe. But I don't. I mean, I guess I could say that maybe that division is their divisional win because they got Kirk Cousins, but cause think about it, the Saints are kind of
Could
like
be.
on a rebuild. Panthers are kind of like they have like 2-11, like they went like 2-11. So yeah, I mean it should be theirs, but I mean, hey man, like
Desmond Ritter went to the Cardinals, by the way. He got
now he
traded.
went to the Cardinals. Wow,
Yeah, he got traded to the
I
Cardinals.
wonder who their backup is.
Maybe Heineke still. I'm not
I
sure
need
if he
to.
was on a 1 year deal or not.
He said. So how about Washington getting up on Howell so soon, then letting Eric Bieniemy leave for a college job? I thought I had the assumption of if Ron Rivera wasn't going to work out, they're going to move Eric up to the
Yeah,
coaching
I think
job.
everybody did. I did too.
But
The reports came out.
who's
The
their
report,
coach?
the reports came out that didn't it get Dan Quinn?
And he did, but he's a good coach. He's a very
Uh,
good coach.
The report came out that the players didn't like Eric Bieniemy, and well, I thought like you did. I thought, I mean, he was pretty much being groomed to take over for Ron Rivera, he was on his last legs out. You know what I mean? Everybody knew it. Um, as far was never a Sam Howell fan. I don't think he's horrible. I think a lot of his big stats that he had were from the men, like empty stats from them being down a lot, and they're in position to get either Jane Daniels or Drake May. At this point, I would assume it would be Jane Daniels, but I'm not sure. They may have PTSD from taking North Carolina quarterbacks. That's what Sam Howell was. Mitch Trubisky didn't work out at North Carolina. Obviously, he was drafted by the Bears, but not saying Drake May is going to be the same, but I'm thinking they may be taking Jane Daniels. And I don't think they gave up on Sam Howell too soon. They gave him like what was it, like a year and a half or so. Uh, I don't know. Maybe they just didn't like what they saw. But Washington's going to be Washington. They did make a lot of good moves though. I'll give them that. They made some moves.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for Howell's defense, like, I mean, other than maybe what Curtis Samuel and I guess the receivers really weren't other than him.
They have Scary
He didn't
Terry and
really have.
Watson
It's yeah, true,
and
but
Curtis
yeah,
Samuel and Logan Thomas. And then they have Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson who are decent. Their offensive line is not good, and their
yeah,
defense is not good.
yeah, because they let go of Chase Young, and I don't know anybody else on that roster other than him on that defense. But
Cameron Curl, who was a free agent now,
and,
I don't remember if he got signed yet or not, but he was on their team last year. He was pretty good.
it
They're
wasn't Josh,
down bad.
not Josh Allen. It's
Montez Sweat.
yeah, like wasn't there like a D tackle from Alabama on there?
Yeah, they had Deshaun Hand and what is the other
Payne,
guy's?
right?
Yeah, Deron Payne.
Ron Payne. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't think they gave up on him because he had ample opportunity to shine. Um, but hey, I mean, I think maybe in a couple of years, I mean, they got new ownership now, so maybe they'll turn that franchise around. Maybe in a couple of years, get a quarterback, get some receivers, get some more talent, and I mean, like they'll be good. But I think the Beltway team, I think the Ravens got it. I mean, up and down. Eric DaCosta, we got Ozzie Newsome, and behind the scenes, working behind the scenes, and I mean, a lot of people have, talking to Ravens fans, they're up and down. They're always like, oh, like we don't get this player, Then Eric DaCosta's get rid of him. But I mean, I have faith in Eric DeCosta.
Mhm.
And I feel like he. I think the reason why they're so quiet is because I think they're cooking up something. Obviously, maybe have that cook up in the draft because we do have the 30th pick, I believe, right,
Mhm.
of the first round. So,
Mhm.
and who knows that Keon Coleman, he might not be available at 30. Who knows? I mean, this is more of like a quarterback heavy.
Some people don't even want him going. Think he's in the first rounder.
You really for real?
I like him. Some people don't think he's good enough to be a first rounder. So he could go anywhere from like I don't know, somewhere in the first round to the second round. I wouldn't be shocked if the Ravens trade back, given how deep this draft is, and pick up some more picks this year.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely we're gonna do that like the mock draft and like look at the players and that for sure, for sure. But yeah, I mean, did we miss anything, brother? Anything that we didn't
Good.
cover?
I think we're good.
All right, yeah, GZ. Thanks for commenting and I think for right now our show is gonna be on Sunday. Um, that might change a little bit maybe later on, but Sundays is where you'll find us. Probably I say evening time, so or like 7, 8:30 around
Mhm.
for showtime. So definitely if you haven't, followed the channel, definitely follow the YouTube channel on on YouTube, the Baltimore Beatdown with Big J podcast on YouTube. Uh and yeah, I mean if you have any questions, you can hit me up. If you have any questions for Sean, hit him up. If you want to hop on the show with us, be a guest. We always like, having guests, talking Ravens football. Um, you know, so definitely keep the comments engaging. Like GZ did, you did a good job tonight, man. Probably a new follower. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. And yeah, do you have anything else to say, Sean, before we head out?
No, this off season should be interesting. Hopefully by this time next week, if we're live, the Ravens would have made another move or two. But yeah, we're getting close to draft time. Free agency is picking up, so we'll see.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, with that being said, we are out. Another episode in the books, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Yes, sir.